Oh, wait, sorry. We got
Ready.
Ready? All right. Welcome, Suzann Petersen, to the Media Center here at the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. I know an event that is sort of close to your heart as a Dow ambassador. How happy are you to be out here this week supporting your fellow LPGA players and representing Dow?
Well, first of all, it's always great coming back out to see friends and familiar faces on the LPGA. I'm not around every week, so it's kind of fun to catch up and kind of see everyone in person. And I mean, it's always a great treat to come here to Midland. I've been here a lot of times over the years, and I've had a great partnership with Dow, and it's been great seeing the partnership between LPGA and Dow evolve and kind of where it's going. So it's fun to see how it's all coming together. This was a big dream of ours kind of years ago. That would be fun to bring LPGA to town. I think it's a perfect kind of venue for an LPGA event, and it was fun to bring it and kind of bring a different format. It kind of spices up the schedule a little bit, and players might feel a bit more kind of relaxed, even though, I mean, by the time you tee it up, I mean, you're all competitive by nature, but it's fun to see, and I think Dow has done a great job also being kind of the pioneer within bringing an LPGA sustainable event on the schedule, and the impact that has. So it's been great, and I just have to thank Jim Fiddling and the entire team of Dow to kind of what they pulled together.
Fantastic. You mentioned this being a team event, a fun format. There's another team event coming up later this year, Solheim Cup, which you are the captain of. Using this week to do any scouting on your end?
Well, I feel I've become an official stalker. Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to catch up with the players in person. I feel like I've been talking to a lot of players, kind of communicating, but it's always nice to meet some, and there are some Europeans there as well, so it's always nice to kind of get a bit more insight, and yeah, it's closing up. Some decisions have to be taken in 5 weeks from now, and yeah, hopefully this can help, but I still want players who's playing good, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of out of my power, but yeah, it's fun.
Has to be good for you. I'm seeing players like, Lynn Grant just wins last week. How is the team, you think, shaping up?
Well, it's almost scary to say, but I think on paper we have some really solid top 8. I think it's the first time in the history that I've been a part of the Solheim that we have, I don't know, it's like 8 players inside, I think it's top 35 on the world rankings. But at the same time, they're all playing good. They're all kind of plugging along, do their thing, and it works. So that's a great kind of fundamental to have. And then if we can add another 4 players that can kind of help the dynamics, the spices, the energy to the team, that's a huge plus. So I'm just really happy to see like the core of the automatic 8 qualifying through their rankings playing well. Makes my life a little bit easier.
I'm sure. Bill, do you have any questions you'd like to ask?
Well, as the captain, and you're keeping your eye on so many players, I'm wondering how many of them are suddenly becoming very complimentary of Suzann when she walks by. Hey, you're looking good. How's it going? Everybody's trying to make a special impression.
Well, I want to make it the other way around.
Right.
I want to feel like I'm approachable to most of these girls, I mean, it's not an easy position. I mean, when you're not automatically qualified, you obviously have to try and prove to me and the captaincy team that you're worthy the pick, right? So I just want people to be comfortable around me, and I'm trying to be quite transparent with most of these players. By now, it's starting to narrowing down a little bit. I mean, the short list is getting a little shorter, but at the same time, I mean, there's still a lot of golf to be played. You have this week, you have 2 majors, and then you have 2 other regular events. So there's still a lot of golf to be played, and there's no decisions that's been made. So there's another 5 weeks, and yeah, I won't be able to tell you any of those names before those 5 weeks are over, and we need those 5 weeks to see how we can kind of complement the complete 12 players.
Time flies by. When you first were named captain, I'm guessing it sounded like it was forever off in the distance. And now it is basically tomorrow. I'm sure that's how it feels for you.
Well, I already started sleepless nights,
Right.
nightmares. So yeah, it is closing in. I can feel it. But it's kind of nice to feel that as well. Get the kind of adrenaline, get the like it's like all the kind of the heart is really in it. So it's nice to feel the emotions kind of attached to it. But it's different being a captain. I gotta say, it's much cooler being a player. Just getting on the plane, showing up and playing, knowing what you're doing. As a captain, you're trying to facilitate for 12 quite strong individuals. And you just want to try and kind of frame it for them to have the best week of their lives, right? And once they go to play, hopefully you've done anything in your power to make them feel comfortable and good about themselves to go out there and play their best.
Awesome. One more Solheim question for me. As you, like you said, you've got 5 weeks, majors coming up. What are you sort of looking for from that short list of players? What are those things that stand out to you as a captain?
I'm looking for form. I want players who's playing well. I want confident players. But at the same time, I mean, you have 4 picks, and you can kind of, however you want to shape it, what kind of you want to complement the base of 8 players that's already qualified, and you have it's in kind of our hands to kind of be able to shape that a little bit if we want. But ideally, I want players who's playing well, and I want players performing to kind of make it easy for me to make those choices, and hopefully not all based on gut feel. But at the end of the day, we have 12 players on the team, and I want everyone to feel as important, and everyone is as valuable. This is all a team effort, and I think it's important to also talk to players. Who do they think will be a complement to the team? Who do they want on the team? There's a lot of aspects you kind of have to kind of get on top of or get around. But at the end of the day, I mean, we'll sit down and see what players are playing well in 5 weeks' time.
Awesome. Back to Dow. You're here this week. I'm watching, enjoying yourself as an ambassador. Maybe some rumors that you might have played. How are you playing? How much are you playing these days?
Well, now I haven't played much at all because I've been literally TV addict, watching every event on TV. I enjoy going out to play, but it takes a lot of work to kind of. There's a difference between going out to enjoy the game and competing on the LPGA. It kind of puts you in a kind of awkward spot if you're not prepared or you don't feel like you've done enough. So maybe one day I'll play a little bit more just for fun. But at this point in time, with 2 kids, small kids, and kind of the captaincy and other obligations as well, I have enough on my plate. So yeah.
Of course, got a lot going on. What events will we see you out next? Scouting, being around. I know you're
I'll
probably
be at
going
every
back
event moving forward until we pick the team in Ireland. I'll stay all week here, and then I'll obviously go to Evian, Scottish, British, and Irish. So the players will get fed up seeing me, being in their face, talking to them, but. Like I said, like Lynn said, well, you're officially a stalker now. And I said, get used to it because it ain't stopping. So it'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Suzann. We look forward to seeing you everywhere.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.